Howdy everybody, this is Kentucky Ranger and Mama.
Hi.
And Sis.
Hello.
Carla and the rest of them, they're all out doing their thing. So it's
Anna's
just three
in New
of us.
York City
Yeah,
having
Anna,
fun.
she's in New York. Hopefully not getting mugged. But we was gonna do our first interview with someone else today, but she wasn't feeling good, so we're not going to do her today. So, but got some exciting news today. Well, because this is going to be on Monday, I'll be meeting with the head of the Senior Citizen Center here.
I know that nursing home.
Nursing home, well, whatever.
Yeah.
To see if we can facilitate. We're going to start interviewing the people that live there. And anyhow, we got some questions. So I guess, I've asked Mama, I don't know how many times, but we'll do it this one more time.
We're
So
going
y'all
to test her out.
Yeah, so y'all can kind of get an idea. And these are going to be the same questions we're going to ask each person. So each Monday that we do the snack crate we're going to do here. But each Monday it's going to be the same set of questions. So it's going to be kind of interesting. And so anyhow, do you want to ask? You want me to ask? Or we both ask? Or
Go ahead.
question one: when and where were you born?
Saltville, Virginia.
Saltville, Virginia. That's in Virginia, right?
Right.
Yeah.
No, as in Tennessee.
So when was you born then?
1936.
36.
February 25th. I've still got memory.
She was almost a
two,
leap year baby.
Almost. So question two is, where'd you grow up? Did you grow up in Saltville or?
No, we lived there until I was 7 years old.
Okay.
And times were hard back then.
Yeah.
I blamed my mother for years for what she did, but things were really rough.
Yeah, it was depression.
And my father was a drunk, so he was no help.
Oh, yeah.
And
They didn't have the programs back then that they
No,
do.
they didn't.
Lord, no.
Anyway, my mother went off somewhere in West Virginia, got a job, and she met this guy, and she took off with him and left us 6 kids.
Well, so that's question 3 I was going to say is, what was your childhood like?
Well, I can
Yeah.
answer that.
What did your family do on weekends, or what they do for vacations? Apparently, y'all didn't do much on the way your dad did. He drank a lot on the weekends, and he didn't really go on vacations.
There was a lot of kids had it rough.
Yeah.
Well, now they do now, but back then it was.
But I had a wonderful, wonderful grandmother.
Yeah.
She was bedfast, and she took us, the 3 smaller ones, in, and my dad's parents took the elder brothers in, and she was so sweet, and she was so worried about us, but I'll never forget her.
What was her name?
Mamie.
Well,
Actually,
Mamie McCready.
what had her bed fast could have been traded now.
Oh yeah,
Well.
she had
Heart murmur?
just behind her heart, and of course they didn't do those kind of operations back in those days.
have you or a family member ever served or is serving in the military?
My husband
Yeah, your husband.
and my 2 brothers,
Yeah. What branch were they serving in?
the Army,
Army? And Dad was in the
Air Force.
She
Yeah.
had, was
14
that your
years.
uncle that was at Pearl Harbor?
Yeah, he was.
Oh, Lord.
It was my mother's brother.
No.
He was in Pearl Harbor the day that they bombed
The bomb. Lord have mercy.
Pearl Harbor. Boy, I still remember he had shell shock after that.
Oh, I can
Oh,
imagine.
he did. He died homeless.
Oh, Lord. I tell you, there's a lot of servicemen and women that our country just sort of turns their backs on them after they
They
serve.
did. That's what happened
awful.
to him.
Yeah, that's really bad.
Of course, this is back in the days where they didn't have any of the programs that they've got now.
Well, tell them about Jimmy. He got shot up. They wanted to amputate his arm and he wouldn't let
Yeah, it's my brother Jimmy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they wanted to. He got shot in the arm.
in Korea.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lord.
And they wanted to amputate, and he said no. And he went AWOL. He ran away.
Oh, Lord.
And that was against him until he, my sister-in-law Pat could tell it more, but she's not here, but he ran into a colonel, and when they were doing their work, when
Yeah.
they,
Hung wallpaper.
yeah, and
Interior decorator
yeah,
things?
interior
Oh, okay,
decorator. And apparently they did his home, this colonel's home,
Yeah. Well,
and this colonel really liked my brother Jimmy.
well,
And so he went to fight for him, and he won.
cool.
But he died with his arm.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. Okay. What kinds of cars do you remember riding and driving?
Oh, a Model T.
Model T? What was that?
I think it was a Model T.
Was it the kind you had the crank start?
Uh-huh,
Oh,
yeah.
Lord.
Yeah.
That was the first car you remember?
Yeah.
You
See,
getting
we-
home, Mama?
Yeah. Well, we talked about some of the cars and stuff that go through the years.
Yeah.
I've showed pictures. I'll see if I can dig some of them
Yeah.
up. I think one of them, my dad's chasing Cherie around in front of a
What was that?
Oldsmobile or something.
Two-tone.
Two-ton
Yeah.
Oldsmobile.
Yeah, that was Oldsmobile.
Number 6, what are some of the interesting gadgets and inventions you remember?
Well,
Come on.
thinking back, I seen my first movie when I think I was about 14.
Well,
And I'll never forget the name of it. Why, I don't know. It was called Bitter Rice.
bitter rice.
Uh-huh. And the only thing I could remember about the movie is this man and this woman was in this rice bin making out.
I was getting ready to say, was it a silent movie or a talkie? I'm sorry, you're not that old.
It was
Although
a
I'd say that the cheap, like what we got today, the dollar theaters, they probably had them back when you were a kid that still had silent movies.
Probably.
You could probably go for a nickel.
Yeah,
I wonder how
probably.
old you was when you got to use your first electric egg beater. Remember
Oh,
them old
Lord.
egg
Oh,
beaters?
yeah. You know, I don't
Or a
remember.
or a motorized ringer washer.
Hey, she was still using the old ringer washers when we were little.
Yeah.
Don
Crushed my
got his
hand in
hand
one.
got
Yeah.
caught in the
Yeah.
ringer.
Yeah, we've been through that story.
Yeah.
That's painful memories.
Yeah, it was.
Oh yeah, this was. I like this question. Is what was your first job?
My first job was working at in a restaurant down there in Woodsville, Virginia.
Yeah. Was
What
that before or after the Campbells? 'Cause
Oh,
I
it
guess
was before.
Oh really?
Oh,
So
yeah.
that was even before.
What
Okay.
town?
Woodsville, Virginia.
In a restaurant? I don't even know where Withville, Virginia
I've
is.
never heard of it.
There
How in
it
the world did you
exists.
end up in Withville, Virginia?
Well, the guy that took my little brother James,
Yeah.
he was in Akron visiting with us. And that's when I first went to Akron from Yukon.
Yeah.
And he must be related to him. Anyway, he said that he knew this place that could use a waitress.
Oh,
Well, I was only 15,
yeah.
so I went down and he took
Lord
me.
have mercy.
And
See, now we
But
just
it-
learned something because
I've never heard of that.
No.
place.
yeah, it's
you heard it here
I was
first,
there.
people.
I was there for a few months,
Yeah.
and
They pay pretty good.
I
They
did
pay
get
you in
paid.
food. I was going to say, what
Yeah.
they give you like a hamburger?
Yeah, I was too stupid to even expect to be paid. I just
Lord.
had a home.
So, next question. What were some of the things you do to save money when you were younger?
Nothing.
Nothing, because you didn't have any money.
What money?
No, I mean, what what did you like? Paper towels were back in the day. They weren't even. That was
No, they
non-existent.
didn't exist.
You had to use hand towels.
Yeah, and see, that's something me and you, when we were younger, they don't have in restrooms in public places anymore.
Oh, I
You
forgot
remember
about, yeah.
the endless roll of
How
hand
many of you
towels?
all remember them endless
Yeah,
rolls
you
of them
yank
towels?
it. Oh yeah, it was on a thing, so the roll would unroll and then roll back up into another roll at the bottom. You had to yank on them and dry your hands, and it was cloth. It was cloth towels.
I remember that.
Yeah, you remember that?
I forgot about those things.
Yeah. And now they got, not that they work all that good, but the air blower. You know, those have been around for a long time.
Yeah.
Quite a while.
But
I don't care for them myself.
You know,
I'd rather have paper towel.
well, I don't know if you think about it. The cloth doohickey is probably more sanitary than paper towels, because you're yanking on a fresh towel every time. Where paper towels, people with snotty hands are getting up into that dispenser. So now even though you're getting a fresh paper towel, you're on contact with the edge. Ew,
Yeah.
I'm a germaphobe,
I
I'm
am
sorry.
But yeah, I just remembered when we was kids.
Yeah, I forgot about
I
that.
had to.
In fact, when I was a little kid, I always thought, this is fascinating. It's like an endless roll of towel coming. I didn't realize that
You know what I ain't seen in years? You just reminded me. Where you had to pay to use the toilet. A dime. You had to pay a dime to get in there.
pay toilets. That was actually a thing.
And I used to crawl under the door because I didn't want to pay a dime to go to the bathroom.
You know something else that used to freak me out when I was a kid? Trombones.
Trombones.
Yeah, well, they're wow. Where did that big old long tube, when he drew it back, I always thought, that's going to go back to the back of his head. I didn't realize. You know, I was a little kid, about 6 years old, like, where did that tube go?
A lot of things has changed
Yeah,
since we were kids.
well, that ain't changed. The trombone still works the same way. It's just I realize that
Wind
how it works now.
I think where I'm a germaphobe, I don't think I could play a wind instrument because they're nasty.
Especially somebody else's.
Like a harmonica.
Like borrow a buddy's. Yeah.
Well,
There's a reason they call them juice harps.
when Anna was playing the French horn, she had her own mouthpiece.
Yeah. Yeah, but you don't understand that. It's all the stuff that gets down in
You
there.
Yeah.
have
It's
to
like,
clean them. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
okay. What were your memories of religion when you were younger?
Oh, tell me about that one story you told me about you and that little friend of yours when you sang.
Oh, that was our first song. Was "I'll Fly Away"
Well.
with me and Julianne Warner. I'll never forget her.
Yeah.
Got up. That was my first time ever getting up and singing in front of anybody.
She used to go to Sunday school. Where was you at?
In Yukon, West Virginia.
Was it like a Baptist church or?
I think it might have been a Pentecostal church.
Is that where she said something about if you didn't find your socks, you weren't? How was that you couldn't go to Sunday school?
Oh, yeah, she told me that if I
you don't
didn't
have your
prepare,
socks, you can't go to Sunday
yeah,
school.
that
Shame
was
on
Mabel.
you. God's watching. Put them socks on.
I didn't prepare the night before, and
Lord, that's funny.
I got up, and that's another story.
Lord have mercy. Well, back when you were younger, well, not even just younger, but growing up, what did you do to entertain yourself? What were some of the things back in the past?
Kids
I
actually
used to-
played this.
Well, yeah, we'd get out and play. Me and
We,
Cherie, when we were kids, we'd be out all day long, and the rule was when the street light come on, you better be beating feet for the house.
But we used to, us kids in the neighborhood would play baseball,
Yeah.
jump
Oh,
rope.
yeah, sports, yeah, all kinds of stuff.
Jump rope was popular.
Yeah.
It was.
Hopscotch.
And I'm
And,
sure that y'all get together, whoever the kid was in the neighborhood that had the TV, you'd all gather to watch TV.
there was no
But they-
TV in our neighborhood.
I'm sorry, Mama.
I didn't see a TV until I went to Akron, Ohio.
Lord have mercy.
and I was 14.
Well, radio.
We
You
had
go-
a radio.
Yeah, you go to somebody's house and get together and like listen to the Lone Ranger or whatever.
Well, we had a radio, and we would every
well, I mean, as
Saturday
kids
night.
get together.
Yeah.
As kids. Instead of Saturday morning cartoons, I'm sure it was Saturday morning kid radio shows or something.
Well, I
don't
never
know.
did gather with the kids, but
No.
with the grown-ups would listen to the Grand Ole Opry.
Did any of anybody in your family? Yeah, your dad was a musician, wasn't he?
He played guitar.
Well,
I thought he played fiddle too.
I think he did.
They called
Yeah.
him Jar Fly.
Yeah, jar
He
fly.
played with Bill Monroe before Bill Monroe got famous.
oh wow. This is a good question. What from the past in your mind was better than the way it is now? And what advice would you give to today's youth?
Well, number one, I think the worst thing that could happen in this generation is cell phones. I mean,
Well, you know what? The way I look at the cell phone thing, young children shouldn't. I mean, I can see them having the phone, but not the smartphone part. I can't
Right.
see them
where they just
having
go around
complete,
clicking all the
complete
time.
free reign to go onto the internet. I don't.
I'm against that. Yeah.
Oh, I am.
Yeah.
It's because back when I was growing up, you went to school and you did your homework, and after you
Well,
got
everything,
through,
yeah,
you
as
went
far
out
as
to
so-
play.
as far as socializing, it was like a microcosm right there in your town.
Yeah,
Whereas today, it's around the world.
and another
Social
thing.
media just.
Another thing too, back in those days, families stayed closer together.
Yeah, they did.
They did not move away like they do now.
No, and they talked.
Yeah,
And that's something
And
families
they
don't
would,
do nowadays. They don't talk anymore.
they would, if the mother lost her husband and she had no way of taking care of herself,
Yeah, the community would help.
the family would move her in
Oh,
with
yeah.
them.
Yeah, definitely.
And she became a permanent fixture with them,
Yeah.
like the daughter or the son or whatever. But no, that people didn't move off like they do now.
What advice would you have for the youth of today?
I have no idea.
Stay in school.
Stay in
concentrate
school
on school. And another thing, even though public school system doesn't require it anymore, get you a notebook and learn how to write.
The cursive writing.
Cursive
Yes.
writing. I
That's a
cannot
lost
believe I
art.
seen a show the other day on TV. These kids graduating nowadays don't know how to sign their name.
I know. And that's the government.
Yeah, if you don't know how to sign a legal document, you're in trouble because you
sure
can't
are.
print your name. That's the you can't.
Right,
It's not
you have to
legal.
write it.
Yeah.
That's signing your name.
So now they're schools. They're and saying they don't want to bring back cursive writing, but what they're doing now is they're having classes teaching kids how to sign their name. Period. That's all they're.
I'll tell you, Anna told me the other day that school didn't teach them the basic things that you need to know to survive.
No.
So since the school don't teach it, my advice would be to the youth,
Yeah.
find your parents, learn how to balance your checkbook,
Oh,
learn
yeah.
how to
Right,
pay
yeah.
your bills.
Civics. You
Learn
gotta
all
learn
these things
civics.
that they're not teaching
See,
you
I
in
don't even
school.
think they have civics anymore at school.
Probably don't.
Learn how, just the basic root, like our government. What are the branches of the government? How to
That's
vote.
true, yeah.
How to register to vote. How to register for the draft. Even
Right.
though chances are very unlikely it's ever going to happen, you have to legally. You have to sign up for the draft when you turn
Yeah.
18.
Yeah. But you
How to open a
mentioned.
bank account. How to write a check.
But you mentioned writing a check. Checks are going to be obsolete one day because
But for the time
everything.
being, they're still here.
Yeah.
People need to know how to.
But yeah, I mean, so that'd be some good advice for the youth is, and like I say, parents
Right.
with kids right now, get a pad of paper and teach them how to write. Even though the school's not doing it, that's something that they might not ever have to use it, but they need that skill.
Because that's
Right.
where your signature, you have
Yeah.
to write your signature in cursive.
Or write a letter
Yeah.
or a card.
I think they've brought that back into school, though.
A little, but not
Not a
the way
lot.
it used to be. See, me and Cherie, when we were in school, and a lot of the older people there, you know, we had the notebooks, and it would have, on the top line would be what the character looked like, and then you had to trace over it, and then they had sections where you do circle, 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 or you go up and back and up and back. The whole page had to fill the whole page.
What helped Dan is when she's homeschooled,
Yeah.
they taught her
Yeah,
cursive.
yeah.
She had to take cursive tests.
Next question is, what were the advantages of things in the past as compared to today? I guess we kind of discussed a little of that because things were simpler back then.
Yeah, they were a lot more
Gas
simple.
prices were
Oh,
reasonable.
gee, because a lot of people didn't even have cars
This
back
is
in
what I
those days.
think, the cost of living was more in line with your income back then
Yeah.
as it is
Well,
than
plus
it is
there were
today.
more people out there. They knew how to grow their own food. They
Yeah.
they knew how
Right.
to survive, and surviving. And that's another thing is a lot of people back in the day lived healthier, even though, how would you put it, the life expectancy wasn't as high back then, but your quality of life was.
Well, it's like the people
Yeah.
that I lived with
I mean, I
there
know
in
it sounds
Yukon.
weird, but yeah,
See, they had a cow.
yeah,
She'd milk that cow every evening.
yeah.
We had our milk. She'd make buttermilk and our
We had some
butter.
chickens.
Yeah, she had chickens.
They lay eggs, and then if you got real
Yeah.
hungry, you know, one of them would lose its head.
Things
become
were just
chicken
simple.
dinner. It was. Things were simple.
Simpler.
They weren't necessarily easier.
Now, it wasn't easier because, I mean, a lot of people had it rough when
Yeah.
they lived in the
Well,
country
yeah,
and the
that
city.
was rough.
But
Plus,
as far as a whole, it was simpler.
yeah. And okay, the next one. This is a good one. Who has been your favorite president and why?
I've got my answer to that. What's yours?
You know, I don't think I had a favorite one.
I know who mine is.
Who?
FDR.
Oh, yeah, I liked him.
Yeah, you weren't alive back then.
No. But history's one of my favorite.
I
Talking
was.
about it in that window of your lifetime.
I liked her.
Well, Mama, I think he was around when George Washington was president. Ouch.
Yeah, I
Oh,
liked
Lordy.
George
Oh,
Washington.
it's getting hot in here. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
Probably, I'd say, in your lifetime, Eisenhower would have probably been.
no, because
No.
Eisenhower didn't do anything.
No, I thought
No.
he started the interstate system, didn't he?
I don't remember, but I do know,
I'll have to look
That,
that up. You might be right.
Well, now Roosevelt, yeah, he did a lot.
yeah, he
He
did.
made all them programs through the years.
Yeah.
So I like him, but
As far as my lifetime with presidents,
I'll tell you who my favorite one is today.
no.
It's Trump.
Nixon?
Trump.
I like Trump.
Hey, you know,
He says like
yeah,
it
he
is.
does. I don't know who my favorite would
I
actually
can't
be.
think of.
I can't say Trump, but I mean, he's okay.
I like Trump.
I mean, he's
He's
doing a
all
lot
one.
more. He's doing a lot more for this country than was done in the previous 8 years.
And
I'm
everybody is down on him. Every little thing
sorry.
that
Everything he does.
he does
And
is
he's-
say,
yeah, I've never seen. It's not just making fun of the president; just pure hatred
Yeah.
for a
Yeah.
person. It's ridiculous.
Now I was 3
But,
when Kennedy was shot,
Yeah, but Kenny didn't really do anything.
but that's what I was going to say. You know,
He
they
messed
say he was
around
a
with his
great.
wife with Marilyn
Yeah.
Monroe and just about got us in a nuclear war with Cuba.
As far
But
as
other
in
than
our
that, I guess he
lifetime,
was a
I
pretty
can't-
good guy.
We've had a lot of bad presidents.
Oh my God.
I can't think of one that's my favorite.
Ford wasn't too bad.
Poor
Not that
Ford
he
got
did a
picked
lot.
on.
Yeah, because he tripped that one time coming off the plane. And
Yeah.
Chevy Chase, he based his
Oh,
career on
yeah.
Saturday Night Live around tripping.
yeah.
Lord, you know, Reagan, yeah. I was,
still
I
say
was,
I'm going to stick
yeah,
with
well,
FDR.
see, I was a victim of Reaganomics. I graduated high school when Reagan was in office, and you couldn't buy a job.
Mm-mm.
It was awful.
No.
Lordy, I just, And Jimmy Carter for, oh my God.
Oh, Lord.
We're getting political.
Yeah, let's not get political.
Let's moving on here. That might be a question. No, I'm gonna leave it in there because we'll just have to. What are your favorite recipes from the past to the present? Recipes you learned from your mom or ones passed down to your children? Well, we've already done the dumplings.
Chicken and dumplings.
Yeah.
That's the best. Would that be your favorite, chicken and dumplings?
Yeah, and I love the no-bake cookies.
No-bake cookies.
Oh, yeah, those are...
She makes some really good dresses.
Now, the dumplings, it was the Campbells that passed that recipe down to you? Miss Campbell?
Yeah, she taught me how to
Anyhow,
cook.
once been watching this series, you've already, like Ruthy D, I think you've tried you've made the chicken and dumplings several times. There's a few of you in here that's done it. So y'all know what we're talking about. It's good. It's some good eating. Okay, here's a good one. What are your thoughts on social media from the past to the present?
Well, in my past, there wasn't much social media.
Well, it was, but it was localized.
Yeah.
It was all
The
your little
grocery
clicks.
store.
The
It
grocery
was,
store, the barber shop.
And
School,
newspapers.
yeah, the local newspaper. But see, nowadays, like you're on Facebook. I mean, what do you think about it?
I don't get on there a lot because
Yeah.
I
Plays her
don't.
games.
My
Yeah,
games.
she plays her games and stuff.
Well, that's to exercise my brain.
Well, I fell out of my chair when they started that one. What was it? A Geico
Instead of mailing
commercial?
everyone my
Well,
vacation
the old lady's
photos, I'm
in the living
saving
room.
a
She's
ton
got
of time by
pictures
posting them
stuck
to
on
my
the
wall.
Ooh,
It's
I like
like,
that one.
Here's
It's
my
so
wall.
quick.
That
It's
one
just like
was
my
like,
car insurance.
that's not the way
I
this
saved
works. That's not the way any of
in
this
just
works.
15 minutes.
I
You're
saved more than that
unfriended.
now.
No, that's not the way
I'll
that.
send you.
That's
That's not
her.
how it works. That's not how
She's
any
on
of this
Facebook.
works.
And her sister, God bless her.
Oh, she was funny.
Oh,
She
was. A
was.
hoot. She was a hoot. I'd post something on Facebook, and God love her. She'd have some of the funniest comments. Like, Donald, I don't quite understand. I don't know how to take what you put on there, honey. And I'm like, well, it's a.
Somebody, what was that? They posted something about what song would you want sung at your funeral, and she said, I don't care because I'd be dead, or
Yeah. Just yeah. It was funny.
I wouldn't hear it anyway.
Yeah, I ain't gonna hear it anyway. It doesn't matter. You can play whatever you want. Play Van Halen. I don't even know who that is, but that's okay. Oh, that's funny. Let's see. Okay. What was school like in your day? And what do you think about schools nowadays?
Well, even back in the days when I'll never forget there in Yukon when I was going to school,
No.
it's a country school. It was pretty big because they had a kitchen where they cooked the meals.
Actually cooked. It didn't come
Yeah.
pre-prepared, and they just
No,
heated it
you could
and
smell
served it.
the food cooking, and I'd get so hungry. I couldn't wait.
Well, see, they did that with me and Cherie was growing up.
Yeah.
And I remember there were 2 or 3 kids in my class. I always wondered why, but they would be excused a half hour before lunch. And what it was, they were on what they called the free lunch program.
oh yeah.
And the reason they got free lunch is they went to the lunchroom, they helped prepare the food, serve it, and wash the dirty trays and dishes
Right.
after the lunch. So they would get off from class a half hour before lunch, and then they wouldn't come back till about a half hour after lunch. And a lot of people, oh, that's just so mean. No, that teaches them that when you work, you get things.
Right.
But nowadays, I don't know, everybody's so touchy-feely nowadays.
One thing about when she went to school, other than, you know, your typical bullies that you had to put up with, kids didn't feel unsafe at school like they
No.
do now.
I sure
Oh, and
didn't.
another thing, I guarantee you, go back in your day, back in our day, was the beginning of the end as far as, what would you, the controlling the kids in school. Now I guess they just let them run loose because if a teacher was to raise their voice to a kid, they would be fired and sued.
Yeah.
Well, they
Back
were
when we
still
were kids.
paddling kids when we were in
Yeah,
school.
back when we were kids, buddy, when you got sent to the principal's office, you just about went weak in the knees. And when she was going to school, guarantee you, they had a big old paddle and they weren't afraid to use it.
That's for sure. That was
But
a
nowadays,
big one, too.
kids going to school, of course, what really scares me about kids is all the shooting and violence.
So they didn't have that even when we
Oh,
were
we
in
didn't have
school.
that in school.
No,
It was unheard
I
of.
don't, yeah, that one's the one that boggles my mind. It's just, it's so weird.
But see, now that it's started, now all these kids are thinking that that's the
Yeah,
way
normal.
to resolve a problem.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, me and Carla's talking about it. And I think what's going on, a lot of these kids, the reason that they're showing up to school, shooting the school up, is they got them on all these ADHD drugs.
So,
Oh, if the kids
sure.
are hyper, I'll just start medicating them. Everybody want medicate this, medicate that, and it's messing with their brains. But I don't know. I don't know what the answer to that is. Because man, when we were kids, it was
It's
unheard
not a
of.
clear cut. There ain't one answer that's going to fix this.
No, there really isn't.
No, gun control sure ain't gonna do it.
That alone will not stop
No,
what's going on.
Because they've got knives
Yeah.
and they've got explosives.
Oh yeah. Okay. What are your favorite memories? Favorite dance, games, heirlooms?
Oh yeah, my favorite memory. I wasn't a kid, but I was a teenager.
Yeah.
Is when my sister and her boyfriend Dick at the time
Yeah.
would come pick me up and take me out dancing.
Take you dance.
That was popular back then.
Oh, it was. Yeah.
And we had this favorite spot. Can't remember it now. Huh.
A lot of young women back in the day, they had these ballrooms and they had dime a dance. Where you pay them a dime and they dance with you. It wasn't anything, you know, I'm sure there was shake stuff going on somewhere in the background, but it was a dance hall. And young women, they'd make money. You give them a dime and then they dance with you. You know?
Well, this that wasn't where we went.
No, it was like a ballroom.
That wasn't the spot. The spot was.
No.
That's a hamburger restaurant, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh Lord.
I vaguely remember the
I can't
spot.
believe I can't remember that place.
Well,
Well,
that's all
'Cause
right.
we-
How many years ago?
Anyway, Jenny, my sister, married Dick,
yeah.
and they still would come over and get me,
Well,
take me out. And Jenny couldn't do the cha-cha-cha, and Dick loved to do that. And every time I'd walk in, he'd get up and would do
do
the,
cha-cha.
yeah, if that's what was playing.
That's funny. Heirlooms, you got anything that you've cherished over the years? Or
Nah,
not really?
just you and Cherie.
Aw.
You're
Anna.
and Anna. You're my
You
heirlooms.
did have an heirloom that you gave me a long time ago, and it got so old it broke off my keychain and I lost it. It was that St. Christopher medal you found
Oh
a
yeah.
long time
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
Oh, it made me so mad when it broke and I lost it. Okay, here's the important question. Who was your first crush?
My first crush.
When
Like
did I
Rock
tell you
Hudson
that
or
we-
something? Or
No.
Tom Jones was one. Now, I don't know if
Well,
that was
yeah,
your first crush.
he wasn't my first.
Oh,
but
she loved Tom
Yeah,
I
Jones.
still
she
love
loved-
Tom
yeah, she still
Oh
Jones.
my
loves
gosh.
Tom.
Back in the 60s.
Tom
I got
Jones, if
so,
you're watching this,
I'm
I'm
sorry.
available.
she's available. That's kidding. She beat me to it.
Do you remember when she kept the stereo with Tom Jones?
Oh yeah.
I don't know how many times we had to hear "What's Up, Pussycat."
Oh yeah. She'd wear that. I think it was like a live concert album or something. It just stayed on the record player. I think she wore.
Them old
she
record
wore it
players, you
out.
could adjust that arm to where
Yeah.
that needle would start that record over, and she'd listen. That and Tina Turner.
Tina Turner.
Oh yeah, I liked her. Yeah.
But yeah, she loved Tom Jones.
But anyway, who was your first crush though? That you
Your
can think of?
actual. Is this somebody that she didn't date? Was just a crush?
Yeah, just
Well,
famous or just local.
well,
or,
he was local. He had just got got home from the army. He was about maybe 18.
well,
His name was Bob Keister. I still remember his name.
Wasn't that Undertaker dude, was?
No, Lord, no.
You always go back to the older.
Tell him about that. Did we tell him about that?
Yeah, we did. I think it was like maybe the second Monday with Mom. You'll have to go back and watch that. It's funny. Said she couldn't stand it because he smelled like embalming fluid.
Yeah.
But he was a nice guy. Other than that, he was a nice guy.
He was real nice.
That's funny. Do you have a bucket list? And if so, how many things are checked off?
What's a bucket list?
We make a list of things you're going to do before you kick the
I
bucket.
guess she don't have a bucket.
Mom ain't got a bucket
I
list.
got a bucket list.
Lord, that's funny. Was there anything that you would like to do
You don't want to
before
jump out of
you
airplane?
depart?
No.
Before your final journey?
No.
I don't know. Maybe we'll just scratch that one out. I don't know. That might not be a good one because that might depress people.
That would.
Die.
What do you mean? I mean, am I supposed to leave a list for you to do?
Yeah, you make a list, a bucket list.
That you want to do
Lord,
before
do you want to
leave.
do it before you die?
Oh, I'm fine.
She's
My
fine.
bucket's
What
got a
haven't
hole
you
in it.
done? Yeah, her bucket's her bucket's empty. She's done it all. Oh. And then, did you ever have a serious illness when you were younger?
Yeah, we went through that.
And if you did, how are you doing now?
I'm still here.
She had an aneurysm. That's another you'll have to go back.
Yeah, brain aneurysm.
Yeah.
Probably the third episode. It's one of the very first one, probably one of the first 5.
Probably was.
Yeah, we got into all that stuff.
1970.
Yeah, she had an aneurysm. She's
Well, you
Doing
can see
okay.
it. She's still here.
Well, this eye was messed up, and
yeah, but the doctor said you'd probably never be able to see out of it again. And
Yeah.
she trained herself and exercised it and got it to working again.
but
It still works.
it's not working so good now.
Well,
But all those years, it did.
all those years.
Yeah.
So anyhow, that's the list.
Yeah.
We're at a little over a half hour. So that's actually going to work out because we've been talking about it. So it's about a half hour.
Yeah.
So that's not going to be too bad for the people. So it's a good test run. The bucket list one, I don't know. Yeah.
I'd leave it in.
Yeah,
You
if
might
you
get
feel
some
like
Anybody-
interesting
yeah,
answers from that.
Anybody think some of these questions are a little odd or, leave your opinions. And appreciate Carla. She helped me on some of these questions.
those are very good questions.
Kitschy's Travels. She helped me on a few. She was the one that with the president one. I'm gonna leave that in though. We'll just have to make sure we don't get real political like we did.
No,
No.
And what the Paranormal Amy, she helped a lot too. So
Those are real good
appreciate.
questions.
Yeah, I think
Appreciate you all.
it's gonna work. It's gonna work because, like I say, it's perfect. Because we talked about stuff, and I don't think anybody's gonna go. I mean, we might go a little longer than this, but this is perfect.
It is.
So anyhow, appreciate y'all tuning in. Next week, hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll have our first official Mondays with Mom interview.
We'll find out tomorrow.
Find out tomorrow.
Keep Jill Abbott in your prayers. She was the one that the ranger was supposed to interview today. She's had several strokes.
Yeah.
And she told me yesterday that she wanted to do it, but then today she's
Yeah,
not
she
doing
just
it at
wasn't
all.
feeling good.
Yeah.
Oh, another thing is keep Rob in your prayers, Michigander Man. I'm gonna leave a link to he's got a GoFundMe. He's having some financial trouble right now, so
Bless his heart.
any help you give him would be appreciated. And I think, what was it they said? I think till August. So you got till August to contribute. He's having some trouble with a bill of some kind. I'm not exactly sure the whole story. I've been sort of out of his live streams the last couple of days. So I'm not exactly sure the entire story, but I think we got like the next 3 months. So see what we can do. Pitch in $5 or something. Nothing, no big deal. Don't feel like you're gonna have to. Put yourself in financial hardship.
Every
to
little
help
bit
Every little
helps.
bit helps.
Yeah.
Even if it's $1. I mean,
Yeah.
They add
Rob,
up.
we're playing. We're praying for you, buddy.
Yeah.
And everything be all right. And other than that, everybody seems to be doing pretty good as far as the prayer request thing is going.
Pee Wee Tom's is still.
Pee Wee
having
Tom's, yeah, he's fighting.
I,
He's
yeah.
fighting a good fight. You know, I
He's
did that
really
video.
hanging in there.
Yeah, I think just about everybody that watches my channel is subscribed to him. He's real positive, even though he's terminally ill with cancer. He's
And-
still positive.
Have you seen his mom and dad? They are.
Oh,
just
they're sweet. They're sweethearts. But other than that, I know I'm missing some stuff. Tampa J, we're praying for you too. I'm glad you opened up. You told us about what's happening with you, and you know, divorce is not a good thing to anybody.
Oh, it's
No, we're
horrible.
going through it.
We're all praying for you on that aspect. Tampa J, oh, Boston J, happy birthday, happy belated birthday. I made you a Jib Jam card. But
Happy birthday.
he's got some health issues that he's dealing with. And I'm still praying for you, buddy. So you hang in there. April, seems like she's doing okay. She had a little bad spell with her diabetes, but I think she's doing okay. Anybody that I've left out, I'm sorry. This old little brain ain't working as good as it used to. Alma, you're doing good. You keep exercising. You're looking good. And I get on your stream as much as I can. Yeah, Jimbo, she's down here. She's comped.
Well,
Anyhow, we're going to get off of here. And as always, God bless everybody. And appreciate you watching. And I think it's going to be interesting next week. I'm excited to see what's going to happen. And I'm going to drink this before my hand gets tired.
I think there's some more in the kitchen.
Oh, yeah, I needed a drink. Anyhow, God bless everybody. And appreciate you tuning in every week. And
See you next Monday.
see you next Monday.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.